Good afternoon, Cancerians and fellow crosswatchers. Welcome. This is Inner Knowing Messages Tarot. My name is Rhiannon, and I'm here today to do your August monthly reading. Welcome. What I'd like you to do is take a slow, deep breath and allow yourself to arrive in this moment. If you found this reading today, trust that there's a reason your inner knowing has guided you here. This reading is timeless, so whether you watch it today, tomorrow, next week, or in a few months' time, know that the words will find you when they're supposed to. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Your intuition will always know what's meant for you. How are you all doing? Welcome, guys. It's great to be here again. Have you felt there's been a change, like a change in the energy or a shift in a timeline? For about a week now, I feel a difference. I feel something has happened. I don't know what exactly, but I feel like something good is going to come. So let me know, guys. Have you been feeling it too? Or have you realized something's not up, but yeah, things have changed. Something's different, but you can't put your finger on it. Okay. For the first 3 minutes of this reading, you will see the short version. If you want to know the full information of this reading for today, please go to the video section of this channel, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel where all the full readings are there for you to watch and see. So, Cancer and fellow cross watchers, we start with the Fool. Fantastic. This is a brand new start, a new chapter. Fantastic, guys. I like it so much. So this is all about freedom, originality, adventure, travel, carelessness, maybe a little bit of fun, a bit of a youthful side, a spontaneity kicking you, maybe a bit of lack of commitment for now. You just want to see how things go with the flow, and like I say, new beginnings. But ultimately, it's a positive card, a positive start. Now, the Fool does come on from the Tower. So don't worry, guys. The Tower is actually a good card. People fear the Tower so much. It's card number 16. And when you break it down, it's actually a number 7. Okay? So the Tower. The Tower basically, it stops things from happening, or it makes a change for you. It sort of clears the way. So say, for example, you were in a really toxic friendship or relationship with someone, and they were quite narcissistic. They had lots of red flags, or they were gaslighting you, or when you first got to know them, especially in a relationship, they were love bombing you. Like, they were buying you flowers all the time, and doing these lovely sweet gestures and romantic things. And then now it's like the complete opposite. You're more like something that they're trying to control. They suck the life out of you, and you still continue to stay in that relationship with them in hope that they will change, or that they will see their ways eventually, and that you thought maybe you could change them. But guess what? That's not going to happen. So what happens is you have these little red flags that keep popping up, and some of them are quite big red flags, but you still keep going anyway, and you ignore them. So the divine or God or whoever it is that you believe in steps in and says, right, I've been trying to warn you. I've tried to tell you that this is not for you. So the Tower then happens, and for whatever reason, you break up. You find out that person cheated or something. They decide they don't want to be with you for whatever reason. But what they've actually done, as much as it's hurtful and you might feel upset, it's actually been a blessing. Why? Because you're no longer with someone who's very toxic. You're not with somebody anymore that doesn't give a damn about you. You have the opportunity now to be on your own, which is safe. You're free. You're not with someone who's trying to control you. You're not with someone who's trying to manipulate you. You have your own life to live, and it's on your terms, not theirs. That's just an example. It doesn't mean that has to be happening to you. But even if it's a case that you're in a job that you thought you were in for the rest of your life until you retire, and now you've been told the company has folded and you're no longer going to be in a job, that's also like a Tower moment, okay? So again, it can be very tough when things like that happen. It's really not nice. I've lost jobs in the past over the years. It's horrendous, you know. It's always a risk being in any job. No job is for life. No matter what people say, no job is for life. Things are changing, guys, and we've got to understand that we need to always have a plan B, because having a job, one income, is not freedom. Okay, you're forever stuck in that rut. You know, not many people have a full-time job and have at least 6 months, wages in the bank saved up. Why? Because the job doesn't pay them enough. Not many jobs pay you life-changing money, So trust that if you have gone through that big, massive tower moment, whatever it is, I'm sorry to see that, but at the same time, it was meant to happen. So please trust that things are changing for the right reasons, okay? Hence the Fool card that came through. Then we have, oh gosh, the Death card. Card number 15, and that breaks down to, no, sorry, card number 13, and that breaks down to a number 4. Now, the Death card, it doesn't mean death in itself. Now, sadly, yes, it could mean death, and I hope you're okay, and I send my sincere, condolences to you if you've just had a loss or something in the family or friends or whoever, whatever the situation. It's never nice to go through that. It's heartbreaking. But the death can also mean change, and this is what the cards have been telling me so far. You have the Fool card, which is about new beginnings. There's going to be a change. You have the Tower, where things come down and something's been blown apart. That's a change. You've got the Death card. Death means a new beginning, something is ending to something to then start to become a new beginning for you. Okay, so there's a transition going on there. Now, it could mean a bit of an upheaval. Maybe you've had to move house quite suddenly. Maybe the landlord has decided to give you notice of only 30 days and you've got to find somewhere to live really quick. And the housing market is expensive. It's crazy, the competition to try and find something suitable. Maybe as well to do with your children's catchment area. They're happy and secure in their school, and they're doing well, and you don't want to spoil that. You want to try and stick to the same area because it works for you all. But please see this as a blessing. It doesn't feel like it, I know, but it's there for a reason. Then we have card number 20, which breaks down to a card number 2. This is the Judgment card. And this is all about your self-evaluating. It's about awakening. It's about a renewal. It's also about having a decisiveness and a bit of a snap judgment that you've had to make, maybe because things have suddenly happened and you've had to just decide A or B. You haven't had much choice. You've had to just go with it, and it might not be ideal. However, you might be surprised on how things turn out. You might end up going to a property that doesn't appeal to you, but it's the only thing that's available in your budget. And it might turn out that you've got maybe the best neighbors of all. They might turn out to be people that you actually have a lot in common with that you never thought you would. You might even find the love of your life with, going to a new neighborhood or whatever. But this is also about forgiveness. Now, don't get me wrong. This is a sore subject for a lot of people, and I get it, because when the poop hits the fan, okay, it's really difficult to forgive because someone has just really gone and done the dirty on you, or you were told by your manager that you had a job for life and you were doing really well and you were going to get promotion, and then all of a sudden no job, or the world gets the rug gets pulled from your feet kind of feeling, where all of a sudden all change. You're not going to get the promotion that you were promised, or you don't have that job anymore which you were promised. And it's absolutely soul destroying because you've worked so hard, you've committed yourself, you've done everything you could, you've bent over backwards, and now all of a sudden you're in limbo, and you just think, oh my goodness, what am I going to do now? Well, just forgive the situation. I'm not saying like forget about what's happened. I'm saying forgive so that you can release yourself from what has happened, because the more you hang on to that anger, that frustration, the more you're going to be stuck, and you're going to be stuck in that place for such a long time. Whereas if you release it and think, fine, okay, there's not much I can do about it. I've got to just accept what it is and just move on. Don't get me wrong, it's not easy. I understand that. But the more that you hang on to something that does not serve you, the more it's going to make you ill mentally and physically. And it can make you feel extremely low, very depressed. You might feel like recluse, like you don't want to go outside the door anymore. You can't face anyone. And it's horrible. Okay. And I've been pooped on so many times. It's really horrible. Okay. However, things do change, things can work out, and yes, it's going to be hard, and yes, it's going to take time. However, where it leads you to might be twice as good as where you were originally. You might end up finding a job that pays you much better with less hours. So that's a win win. Or you end up relocating and finding the best job of your life, or the love of your life, or do you know what I mean? You'd be surprised where it can take you. So please don't hold on to that frustrated, horrible thing that's happened. Please just accept for what it is, as much as it might be soul destroying, and think, right, what can I do now? What action can I take? What is open to me? If you have access to the internet, like you're watching this reading now, you have access to Google or whatever to search for jobs, to search for relocation, for opportunities. Maybe you want to take a 6 month sabbatical and decide, right, I need to go off and clear my head. I need to take 6 months off, if you're in a position to do that, and go traveling. Maybe you've always wanted to go to Europe or come here in the UK, or maybe you wanted to go and visit some friends that you haven't seen for years, and you keep telling yourself you're going to do it but never have. Well, now's the time. Okay, so please don't get too caught up on the Tower moment and the Death card. Please just accept for what it is. It's really difficult, but you will get through it. Okay, we have the card Admire. It's time to think of everything that you admire in your partner. So if you do have a good friendship or a relationship, just take time to appreciate the good things about them that you like most or that you love about them, and tell them. It's nice to be told. Then I have Angel Oracle number 2002. It says the void. Longing, technology, ambition, genius, forward thinking, stress, and depression. You have more control over your life than you realize. Learn and execute what interests you. Turn things around. It gets better with time. There are plenty of friends to make, so chill out. Have fun and open up. Go outside. What was I saying? I was just saying basically that, wasn't I? I was saying about not to hold on to things. You have more control over your life than you realize. It's about learning to execute things that interest you and turn the situation around, okay? Things will get better, okay? But it'll also teach you a lot of things as well. It'll make you a lot more wiser. You will grow strength from this, and it will always be a blessing. It may not feel like that now, but believe me, it always will be a blessing. It will teach you something that you never knew before, or it will make you understand something far better than you ever thought before. I hope this resonates with you, and I hope it makes sense, okay? But like I say, your intuition has probably been whispering something to you for a while. And maybe there's been red flags about things, but you've sort of shrugged it off and thought, oh no, it'll get better, it'll get better. And then you have those tower moments, and there's things happen for a reason. Divine steps in for a reason, whether that's God or divine, whatever you believe in. Things have to shift for you to be able to move on, for things to change, okay? But remember, the answers you're seeking have always been within yourself. Just begin with trusting yourself, your intuition. These cards are simply here to remind you that what your soul already knows, okay? So trust your inner knowing, and I'll see you in the next reading. Until next time, thank you all for being here, and I shall be back again soon. Take care and stay blessed.